Hi folks, I put together a quick video on Facebook Live about a trip we're going to make this week to go fly drones with a whole bunch of people who have spinal muscular atrophy. And I thought I'd cut down that video and share it here. If you want to follow along, we'll be going live every day, and I'll have a summary video at the end of the week. So, what we're going to do is we are going to fly into Indiana, and then we're going to fly drones, because why not, right? So when I talk to folks, no matter what age they are, if they're using assistive technology and you say, would you like to fly a drone? The answer is yes. It's just everybody wants to fly a drone. And I think there's a level of freedom and control and visibility that comes with throwing one of these up in the air with a live camera on it and being able to fly around and look at stuff and take videos. So we're going to do this kind of everywhere. And we're going to start with Chris. So Chris Young will be our first guinea pig, which makes sense. He's the one who can help me the most if there's technical challenges. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Not to mention, I think he might be the person most excited about flying the drone. We'll find out. I'm sure he'll pipe up here on the chat. So this is a normal consumer drone. This is what's called a Spark. It's a DJI Spark. It's been around a number of years. It's not new. It's not fancy. It's available on eBay for about $300 or so, which is not dirt cheap. It's not a toy drone. It's a real drone, but it has a few features that let us make this adaptable. And I got some people I need to thank on it, and there'll be more thanking in the follow-up video at the end of the week. Okay, but this drone is neat because you can fly it with your phone, and DJI has an API so you can write your own custom apps for flying it with your phone. And a wonderful gentleman named Michael Vignetti in a little area inside of Italy, it's a separate country, Santa Rosa, I think. Has written a custom app for flying the Spark, and I was able to reach out to him and say, hey, can you make a couple modifications for us so that we can fly this with alternative controllers? And he said yes. That was a few months ago, and between he and I and a lot of back and forth, we have it working. And you don't get to see it happen until Tuesday at Chris's house, but we are going to fly to Indiana. And then we are going to drive. So we're going to fly the drone Tuesday afternoon in Indiana. And then we are going to drive to Elkhart, Indiana, a couple hours away. And we are going to let this wonderful young woman named Ella Hunt fly the drone as well. If you all remember Ella, Engineering Ella, a project we did with Penn Robotics in South Bend, Mishawaka. Whatever, near South Bend, Indiana. Penn High School is a great robotics team there, long-term partner of ours, and they helped us with this setup so that she could control her power chair. We're going to take basically the same setup, and we are going to let her fly the drone. It's going to be right turns right, left turns left, both goes forward, and variations of that theme. When we're done with Ella on Wednesday, we're going to drive to Pittsburgh. Because I'm a glutton for punishment. And we're going to drive to Pittsburgh and fly with Steve Spawn from Able Gamers. And the main reason for doing this with Steve is he's been such a big part, and Able Gamers has been such a big part of the Freedom Wing. And that's what he's going to use to fly it. Chris will too. Chris will use the Freedom Wing as well. To use the joystick he uses to drive his chair to fly the drone. So we're going to fly with Steve Spawn on Thursday. And then just because we can, we're going to drive from Pittsburgh to Rockville. And we're going to fly with Max and Jonathan before we fly home late Friday night. So yes, we are gluttons for punishment. I am certain that at least one of these stops will not go as planned. And I didn't announce this earlier because we also had to watch the weather, right? I mean, it is a big deal if it's going to be raining or snowing or gross. We don't want to be doing this. So we're very excited about it. I am hopeful that this is going to work well. if you see AT Makers Charitable Organization go live any day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, probably in the early afternoon, that will probably be us trying to go live as folks fly the drones. Certainly, at the end of the week, I will make a montage, a summary video talking about how we did it, what worked, what didn't, making sure there's great shots of everybody having fun. And I'll get that up next weekend. 5 places where you can plug in assistive technology jacks or AT jacks or AT switches go into these jacks. Okay, so I can plug in a switch right here, and the program in here can read both the joystick and the inputs from the switches, and it can actually send messages to the drone based on what it gets. So in addition to the joystick, it has a mode switch right here. And so when that is pressed, it will switch the mode that this device is in from up and down, left and right, to forward and back and turning. So there's 3 modes that give you basically all the controls of the drone. And then these switches, which are what Ella and Max will use, although they'll use the ones mounted to their chairs, these will be set up to go left turns left, right turns right, both goes forward. And if you're going forward and you let go, it'll curve to the left, it'll curve to the right, or it'll go straight. And so this doesn't require anything beyond the standard Freedom Wing, other than the jacks. It needs to get the input in, and I 3D printed a case to make it look good. But that's about it. What's kind of neat is that with the latest version of the Freedom Wing, I can unplug this and it will actually send keystrokes to my phone from the battery. It seems to last hours, so I'm pretty happy with how that's turned out. Okay. So if you'd like to learn more about this project, join us on the Facebook group. It's the Facebook AT Makers group. This entire video, it's about 40 minutes. You can learn more about it there, and we will have a lot more about it later in the week. Bye.